All right, joining me now for another edition of Coach's Corner, NAHL edition, is head coach of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, Tom Kowal. And Tom, first and foremost, you guys coming in off a pretty good streak. You know, you come off a 3-game winning streak coming into this weekend. You swept Northeast, and really one of your key players and your top draft pick from this past draft, Matt Kidney, also, you know, having himself quite the month. So you guys are coming in off a pretty good high right now. What's the focus at this week in practice, given all those positive things coming in?
You know what? I think it's the first time in our NAHL history that, in our short history, we've have a three-game winning streak going forward. Obviously, we have a big weekend coming up here against the Aston Rebels. They've had our number lately. Kind of had our number last year. You know, they're coached very well by Joe Coombs, and they're a hard-working team. So it's going to be a good challenge this weekend. But like you said, we've had a few players. You know, Matt Kidney's one of them. Obviously, I think he had one of the best months you're going to have in the East Division. I think we're looking at him being the player of the month for the East Division North American League. He's been a very hot player. You know, he's getting a lot of attention. You know, I think you're going to see him, you know, hopefully develop and play at a higher level here pretty soon. But only time can tell. But we have to move on. We need a few more players to step up. Just can't count on one guy to you know, lead your team.
Right.
But it's, you know, so this weekend we have a few new players. We have Carson Beckett and Joey Verkerke, both kids we're bringing in that we're going to see some ice time this weekend. And we're looking forward to see who's going to step up this weekend against Aston.
Now, you just mentioned it, the two new players coming in. Carson Beckett was a draft pick of your guys back in the summertime, I believe, an 11th round pick. He was here for main camp. You guys got a good look at him. And Verkerke is a guy, you know, coming in from, I believe it's the Little Caesars program that you guys have had players come in from before. First with Beckett, I mean, you guys got an extended look at him. What does he bring to the table in terms of his offense as a forward?
You know, he's a guy that obviously our scouting department, you know, our coaching staff really liked last year. We drafted him, you know, in the later rounds of our draft. You know, so we're really looking for him to come in and be a physical player, add to our offense a little bit. But, you know, it just gives us another opportunity to get a real good look at him. He plays right down the road with Virtue Hockey. Sure. You know, we're trying to build relationships with the teams surrounding us. And, you know, obviously, Carson's been doing very well in his U18 program. And when a player's doing real well, you want to give him a chance at the next level. Maybe he might be the next guy to get the hat trick. Maybe he might be the next guy to be the difference maker that we're looking for in this team right now, so early into the season.
Now, Joey Verkerke is a guy, as I just mentioned, and you mentioned as well, brought in, he plays defense. What does he add to the blue line?
You know what, 2 months ago we had 9 defensemen, then we went back to 5 defensemen, and you know, we're just looking for that mold on defense right now. You know, obviously we left Joseph Campolito, took off to the USHL. It really put a hole into our back end. So, you know, this is a player that we've scouted for a couple years now. He plays for a wonderful program, Detroit Little Caesars. We've had players, we've drafted players. You know, I know he played with Vince Marino that's on our team right now. You know, he's going to be a guy that's a very smart hockey player. He's not going to be the guy that's going to, you know, throw the big hit and drop the gloves and fight. He's the guy that's going to make that pass, make the smart plays, play good defensively, and you know, we're looking for big things out of him this weekend.
Now, moving back to that Aston matchup, you mentioned it. They've had success against you guys of late. And then really in the last 3 games, it's not the same game every time, but it's a similar script in that you guys get a goal in the first. It looks like it's, you know, hard-fought, even-played game, even into the second, and then the third they seem to just pull away. And you guys coming into this weekend are second in the league right now in terms of the amount of goal scores. You know, everyone's played a different number of games, so goals per game is a little bit skewed. But, you know, your 64 goals on the season, that's pretty impressive. How do you go about sustaining that offense against Aston, who seems to play pretty good defense night in, night out?
It sounds like you're part of my coaching meeting this morning. You know, no, it's like I said, I think we've wasted a few goals when we didn't need them, but you know what? Hey, scoring goals is part of the game. That's, you know, goals win games. You know, I mean, and it's you know, obviously we got to have a big weekend. It just seems like when we play Aston, we play about 50, 55 good minutes.
Yeah.
and we take a 5 to 10 minute break, and that's when Aston really puts it to us and gets a couple goals. So, you know, the win we had, we played 60 minutes. We started the third period down by 1, ended up winning by 3. You know, it's, you know, when you're playing a very good hockey team, the team that represented our division in the Robertson Cup last year, you can't bring a half a game. You can't bring 3/4 of a game. You know, Joe Coombs is a very good coach, and he has his guys that play 60 minutes. We're going to have to play 60 minutes. We're going to have to play 120 minutes this weekend if we want to keep our winning streak alive and have success in this division.
All right, well, you heard it here first on this week's edition of the NAHL Coaches Corner. If you want to find out more, you can follow us on Facebook at Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. You can follow us at WBS Knights on Twitter, and as well as Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights on YouTube as well. Get caught up on the latest player news, the latest transactions, as well as some of the causes coming to the month coming to the rink this month, I should say. So with that, Coach, we thank you as always for giving us a couple minutes here, and we look forward to seeing you guys out there on the ice this weekend.
Thank you very much, Tim.